Hello my dear students, so today I would be taking a session on maths. So you all might be aware about what is collinear and non-collinear points. If all the points are collinear, then we get a line. Then we can form a line. If 3 out of 4 points are collinear, then we can form a triangle. If no 3 out of 4 points are collinear, then we can say that it is something, a closed figure which is having 4 sides. It is something a closed figure. We can say that we don't have any particular image or any shape we can say. So likewise, a closed figure is termed to be as a quadrilateral. So today our topic is mainly based on quadrilateral. That is nothing but chapter 8. Topic quadrilateral. How can we identify a quadrilateral? How will you identify? Is it a quadrilateral or not? If it is having 4 sides, like 1, 2, 3, 4. It is having 4 sides, 4 angles and 4 vertices. Then it is termed to be as a quadrilateral. It is simple. It should have 4 sides, 4 angles and 4 vertices. Then it can be considered to be as a quadrilateral. Then we can say that it is a quadrilateral. Clear? Now here we are having one more figure. Here you can see that 4 different types of points are there. We can't say that it is a collinear. It is absolutely non-collinear points. But still, it is also having 4 sides. It is also having 4 angles. It is having 4 vertices. But in this chapter, we are not dealing with like this images. We are only dealing with a closed figure, which should be in this form. Something like this closed figure, which should be having 4 sides, 4 angles and 4 vertices. We are not dealing with this topic in this session. Okay. Sometimes later we can discuss about this one. So today we are mainly dealing with types of quadrilateral, angles and property of a quadrilateral, and one more is about the properties of a quadrilateral. Before that, I would like to discuss some of the examples related to quadrilateral. Even you can see that the board hanging over here, the whiteboard hanging over here is an example, exact example of a quadrilateral. The box which I am having, this is also a shape, having the shape of a quadrilateral. The mobile you might be using, that is also having the shape of a quadrilateral. The duster I am using, somewhat like a quadrilateral. It is not having exact vertices. So I can't say that it is a exact shape of a quadrilateral, but I can state that yes, it is also having a shape of a quadrilateral. Okay. Then the notebook, the textbook which you are using, it is all having the shape of a quadrilateral. Okay. Now my next topic is on types of quadrilateral. Here you can see different type of images. These are all different types of quadrilateral. In this first image, you can see that line BC and AB both are parallel to each other. So here it is like this type of images is known as trapezium. Is named to be as trapezium. Here we can see that these 3 images, all the sides are parallel, like the opposite sides are parallel to each other. Here the opposite sides are parallel, here also the opposite sides are parallel to each other. This one and this one are parallel, this one and this one are parallel. Here also we can see that this both are parallel and this both are parallel. So here these 3 images are named to be as parallelogram. What is named to be as parallelogram? So these 2 images are parallelogram. This is a shape of a rectangle. You all might be knowing. It is having 90 degree. So we can say that it is a rectangle. You are all aware about it. Now this is an example of a rhombus where all the sides are equal to each other. So it is known as rhombus. Here this is a square. All the sides are equal as well. All the angles are equal. So it is known to be as square. Here, this is an example of a kite. In Uttarayan, you might have all would be flying kites. So this is an example of a kite. Here the two sides, the opposite sides would be equal. Likewise, the opposite sides would be equal. So this is an example of a kite. So this is kite. This is a square. This is a rhombus. Parallelogram. Rectangle. So this much is clear for you all. So along with this, I am going to state some of the properties of this, not properties but similar kind of things. Like a square can also become a rhombus because all the sides are equal. So we can say that it is a rhombus, as well as we can call it to be as a rectangle also. If it is differ from its size, or if it is a 90 degree, then we can say that it is also a rectangle. So square is both, that is it obeys the properties of a rhombus as well as a rectangle. Rhombus and rectangle can also be a rhombus and a rectangle. Likewise, a parallelogram can be a trapezium. Trapezium, what it was, opposite sides are equal. So here also the opposite sides are equal. So we can call the parallelogram as trapezium also. But all trapezium are not a parallelogram. All trapezium cannot be parallelogram because in parallelogram the opposite sides should be equal. Here it is not as such. Here only one sides are equal. So it is known to be as trapezium. But we can call the parallelogram to be as a trapezium. But trapezium cannot be a parallelogram. This we can call the another name as trapezium. Trapezium. Then kite. Kite is not an example of a parallelogram. Why? Because the opposite sides are not equal. This opposite sides are not equal. This sides are not equal. But this both sides are equal. This both sides are equal. So we can't say that kite is an example of a parallelogram. Trapezium I told already, it is also not a parallelogram. This is not a parallelogram. This is also not a parallelogram. Not a parallelogram. Now, rectangle, rhombus cannot be a square. Square can be a rhombus and rectangle, but a rectangle and rhombus cannot be a square. It cannot be a square. This cannot be a square. But a square can be a rhombus as well as a rectangle. So this many things I have already taught you about the how we can identify a quadrilateral, and what is angle sum property of a quadrilateral, that is nothing but it is 360 degree, and the types of quadrilateral. In my next session I will be teaching you about the different properties of a quadrilateral. Yes, now we are dealing with the next topic, that is angle sum property of a quadrilateral. In your above session, in your previous session, you might have already learned about the properties of an angle sum property of a triangle. You all know that angle sum property of a triangle is nothing but 180 degree. If we draw a triangle, it would be always equal to 180 degree. If you draw a triangle, it should be always equal to the sum of all the angles constitute to be 180 degree. If I am drawing two triangles, this would also be equal to 180 degree. So the angle sum property of two triangles would be 360 degree. 180 plus 180 will get it to be as 360 degree. Clear? So adding this to, you will get 360 degree. Likewise, for an angle sum property of a quadrilateral also, they wanted the sum of these two triangles should be 360 degree. So overall the quadrilateral measurement should be 360 degree. So how we are going to solve it? This is what we have to prove about angles and property of a quadrilateral. So for here we are taking two triangles. One is triangle ABC and another is triangle ADC. Okay. One is triangle, this one, ABC, and another is triangle, this one. So you can see two triangles over here. One is ABC and another is ADC. So here, now we are taking sum of triangle ABC. Is nothing but angle CAB plus angle ACB plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. So we have already marked this one and this one. Now we are taking sum of triangle ADC. Now we can give this as equation number 1. Now we are going to equation number 2. Sum of triangle ADC. So what is ADC? It would be like angle DAC, that is this angle DAC plus angle ACD plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. This is your equation number 2. Now combining equation 1 and 2, we know that this both are 180 degree. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to combine these two angles. That is comparing equation 1 and 2. We get what? Okay, we will write this full equation plus this full equation is equal to 180 plus 180. What is to the left side, we will write on the left side itself. What is to the right side, we will write on the left side itself. So it is nothing but angle CAB. So here from comparing these two equations, equation number 1 and 2, that we have added it off. So we got this equation like angle CAB plus angle ACB plus angle B plus angle DAC plus angle ACD plus angle D is equal to 180 plus 180 is equal to 360 degree. Clear? Now what we are going to do is, that is angle CAB, that is CAB and angle CAD. Both if we add up, then we will get it to be as angle A. So what we are going to do is angle CAB plus angle CAD or DAC we can write. I have written DAC, so I will write DAC only. DAC is equal to angle A. Likewise this one. Angle ACB plus angle ACD is equal to angle C. Here you can see that this both are A, this both are C. So we got angle to be as C and angle to be as A. So now what we are going to do is, we are just going to write it down. It is angle A plus this and this, both are angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. We got it from here. 180 plus 180 is 360. So here see, CAB is this one, DAC is this one. So both are angle A. This one and this one constitute to be angle C. So we have reorganized it. Angle A plus angle B, angle C, angle D is equal to 360 degree. So sum of angle of a quadrilateral is nothing but Sorry, it's is 360 degree. Is 360 degree. So I hope that this much is clear. So one of the property we have already conquered, that is angles and property of a quadrilateral. Now we would be dealing, next topic we would be dealing with the types of quadrilateral. Okay.